Welcome back, aspiring YouTube content creators and aspiring entrepreneurs. The Align by Design, Find Your Voice, Show Up and Get Paid series. I'm Yana, your digital design coach here at thrvscattered. I help you all position your power online through YouTube and e-commerce platforms. So you guys can build an income from your skills and not just from your job title. This is video 3 of 12. So if you have not started off with number 1, definitely rewind, go back, and come back here to number 3. Number 3 on the chizzy. You've been shrinking back, doubting what you bring to the table, or you're not even sure where to begin. This video is especially directed towards you. You don't feel stuck because you're lazy. You feel stuck because no one ever helped you see your skills clearly. You've been operating in environments that made you feel invisible, underutilized, and maybe even replaceable. You've been working hard, but you've been feeling like nothing you do moves you forward. So of course you're second guessing yourself. Of course you wonder, do I even have anything worth offering? Do I even have what these companies are looking for? Why is my job application being rejected? But let me tell you something. You're already an asset. So therefore, you do have something worth offering. You always have. You just never had someone to guide you through how to see it, how to claim it, and how to position it.
You, ready for you. I'm ready for you. I'm ready for you.
It's just a sign that you've been out of alignment. You don't need to become a new person, or do you? You need to realize that the version of you that's already equipped and help them come forward. In our previous video, Align to the Signs Audience Solution Template. It's the free tool that I provide as your entryway to work with me as your digital design coach that helps you connect the dots between your skills, your story, and your ideal audience so that you're not posting any old thing. Look. So that you're building presence with purpose. Okay. I'm a choir director. Okay. Comment below and tell me what's one skill or strength you've been downplaying that actually comes natural to you. Hard to build something when you don't even like or know the person that you are anymore. Oh, you've been jobs that drain you, scrolling through social media, wondering why you falling behind, why other people got thousands upon thousands of followers or subscribers. They doing TikTok shop. They done found a way. They done found a way out. Okay? And you study here running around. You don't know the secret sauce. Okay? That you know dang well. You like, man, I didn't know the secret sauce. What they doing? Man, what they doing? I'm posting content. Why my content ain't going nowhere? I know that's you. Or this ish ain't working. I'm finna go back to my 9 to 5. I'm just gonna give me a second job then. You start to become lazy and unmotivated. Let me tell you what you've been doing. You've been avoiding clarity, and it's been robbing you of your momentum. It's robbing you of the willing to want to post. It's robbing you from picking up your camera. You know why you don't pick up your camera no more? Because you don't even feel connected to your content anymore. And this is what needs to be fixed. Sitting in confusion, feeling less of yourself will only make the noise louder. You know? You're like, oh man, this and that. Sit in confusion, where you sit in doubt, where you sit in lack, where you sit in feeling like you're a failure, but it's going to cost you emotionally, mentally, and financially. Let me tell you what really happens when you keep ignoring the part of you that knows you're meant for more. Okay? Every day you wake up, you feel a weight on your chest. You either feel a weight on your chest, or at nighttime you can't sleep. And you can't sleep. Everybody think you can't sleep because you don't got the finances. That's not why you can't sleep. Do you ever wake up in the middle of the night and you're like, why am I up? That is spirit. Spirit is telling you, I need you to become what I've shown you, that I've hinted at you, what you can utilize so that you'll become that thing. Then you'll become exhausted. Okay? You keep waking up because you're not answering the call. You're not answering the call. That's why you keep waking up. That's why you're exhausted. That's why you're not getting the income that you want, because you're assigned to something else. Time for you to get aligned, because you need to stop pretending that you're okay with the amount of money that you're getting right now at this moment. Okay? You clocked in and you clocked out of that job, but that job's still in your head. You clocked in and you clocked out, but that job's still on your head, worrying you, stressing you out. Am I lying? And the worst part, you start to believe that maybe this is all there is. I rebuke it. You better get ready to rebuke it. Maybe your ideas don't matter. or that maybe you've missed your window, okay, or that you've wasted your potential, it doesn't just go away. It doesn't just goes away. You slowly bury it. You know how they say, in the family generation that people sweep things under the rug? That's what you're doing. You're sweeping the ish under the rug, and it's just compounding on itself, and you weighing yourself down. Then you start to convince yourself that dreaming is dangerous, that playing it safe is the only way to be stable. Okay? No, you're going to use what you know to be stable, but you're still going to show that you're an asset. You're going to continuously show that you're an asset. That's what we do over here. If you're going to go through the entrepreneurial journey here with me as your digital design coach, you have to affirm who you are. You have to believe that you are an asset. Okay? Because if you don't, your confidence erodes. Your creativity dries up. And you're no longer creating anything. You're just getting by. But getting by is not your purpose. You weren't birthed to just pay bills. You weren't here to just pay bills and silence your gifts. You were meant to be seen. Now it's hidden, ain't it? It's hidden. It's hidden like that barbecue on the grill, ain't it? You weren't meant to stay in survival mode. You have skills. You have insight, and you have life experiences. Now it's time to position them with intention. One thing here you're going to learn is being intentional. Every piece of content that you make is going to be made with intention. When I introduced the Align to Design solution template, that gave you the intention that you needed within your messaging so that you understand who your audience is and you know how to clearly convey a message throughout your videos, throughout your products, throughout your services. Okay, when you are creating your e-commerce platform, you have to be able to use language. Okay, use language that your audience uses themselves as you are creating your sales page. Don't talk like how you would talk. Talk how like your audience would talk. This is how selling is going to be easier versus if you do a hard sell. A lot of y'all are jumping into folks' DMs and then randomly are just promoting yourself. No, you have to know the power of soft selling. The power of soft selling. How do I even build up a strategy to soft sell? Well, you're going to need clarity. Clarity around what you're building, clarity around what you stand for, and clarity around how your life experiences actually position you to lead. That's why I created the Find Your Why Guidebook. Think of the Find Your Why Guidebook as your handbook, as your blueprint, as your game plan. This isn't just another, find your passion worksheet. No. It's giving you the core of your brand's purpose so that you build a momentum that you know the route of your brand and how to go forth even after you're done being coached by me. You already have your blueprint. That's what the Find Your Why Guidebook is. And it's going to entail some guided walks, guided prompts through real internal work for figuring out what your value is, what drives you, okay? What's your truest, corest motivator? What is your why? What is that thing you stand on, your principles, your values, okay? And what's driving your brand? Look into, if you're going to school for business or you're going to school for marketing, okay? They tell you to write a business plan. Have you wrote out a business plan for your YouTube channel? Have you wrote a business plan for your e-commerce website? Well, guess what? Think of the Find Your Why Guidebook as a mini business plan. Yes, it's going to help you shape your story and your strategy. It's going to let you know who you're here to help. So when we took that audience solution template, so now we have the guidebook. So we got the audience, but then now we have you. Let me show you something. This is how this works. So I specialize in YouTube, right? So YouTube is about you. So you are seeing what your niche / what your interest is. Everybody use this word niche. What is your interest? People like to use fancy little words and stuff. My whole thing is, as a coach, I can't stand when people use fanciful language when you could just say this instead. When y'all are saying your messages and you're writing things on your e-commerce platforms or you're putting it on Instagram, however, use language that your audience understands and not language that you understand personally, because you're just going to have a confused audience, and that's going to stop people from wanting to work with you. Use language that they understand. So look, instead of saying find your niche, let's say y'all walked into Barnes and Nobles. Okay? Barnes and Nobles is my spot. You know what I mean? What kind of sections do they have? They have the magazine section for the women, and they even section out the magazine section from like arts and crafts. They got body image, psychology, however. Okay, they do the same thing with the male magazines. They have like the sports cars, motorcycles, and whatever else be over there in the men magazines. Okay, boom. Then you got the whole Barnes and Nobles, and they got the business section. Then they got the cookies. You see, that is a niche. Those are interests. Okay? I give you guys clarity so that you gain the confidence to show up online and attract who you want. So therefore you attract them, you nurture them, and they give you income. That's how you're going to position yourself as a brand, not just a personality. Positioning is about knowing what you feel most aligned to and sticking with that, and knowing that you have an audience that will connect. When you do that audience solution template, y'all, okay, that was in the second video, okay, because you can't just post to post. You need to show up with intention. Once you know that you have an audience that want what you want, you know your content won't be aimless. You know that you have products and services that people want. You already know where their pain stems from, and then you tell them why they need it by mentioning their pain. You got it? This is marketing. I started YouTube in 2011. Hey! I did not realize that YouTube was marketing yourself. I promise you, I did not realize that. You attract instead of chasing. You don't go into people's DMs and y'all trying to do cold calls. No, nobody likes cold calls. Not the person receiving the cold call, and not the person doing the cold call. Okay? Nobody likes cold calls. That, you know them scammers that be calling you? That's a cold call. You ain't expecting them. They come about the woodworks and cold calling you, and they're like, oh, here go my offer. What? Nah, that's not how you want to be like, okay? Know the power of soft selling and positioning your power. When you position your power, you will soft sell. Let me tell y'all something. Soft selling is the power of suggestion. Soft selling is the power of suggestion, and it is making a picture that makes your audience visualize with what they could be, and in turn, you're still letting them recognize the pain that they have and why they need this item, okay? Why they need your YouTube channel, why they need to constantly watch your videos, okay? This is the shift that you need from confusion to clarity. And how do you get more clarity? With the Find Your Why Guidebook. It's your mini business plan. Go and download the Find Your Why Guidebook in the description box below. This week, when you buy it, make sure you are working through it as soon as you get it, all right? Because I will be coming around. I will be looking to see, did such and such who purchased such and such on this day. I'm going to be expecting your submission. Okay, what does that mean? I'm going to be expecting certain pages from you so that you can go on to the next step, which is the YouTube design critique. Well, we're going to piece together your YouTube channel and make sure that it's telling a story. Y'all thought I was playing, so that it makes sense for you and that it makes sense for your audience. Because sometimes you guys are not getting subscribers because people do not understand where you're trying to take them with your YouTube channel. What your channel is about, what do you offer, and why should they stay there? We're going to figure that out together with the YouTube design critique. But you have to get the Find Your Why Guidebook first, because I'm looking for those pages with the stars on them. Yes, there will be pages with the stars on them. And you're going to submit those to me when you fill them out for your next step. When you do it, you'll start seeing yourself and your brand, your YouTube channel, your e-commerce, your sales pages differently. It's all about tweaking, refining, and getting excited to showcase what you have to the world. My brand's colors are orange and berry pink. And then I put a little bit of white, I put a little bit of black. You know, it's the little basic colors. Okay? Let me tell you why I chose those colors as a digital design coach. I'm going to also teach you color psychology. Okay? So, the color orange represents anxiety. Created Inside Out 2, and it created the anxiety character. They made the anxiety character orange. You guys feel anxiety about being aimless. You guys feel anxiety that your content isn't working. I picked orange. Not just because of the anxiety that I picked orange, though. I also picked orange because orange is representative of a refreshment. When you see the color orange, it makes people feel refreshed. I learned this in high school. I fell in love with color psychology. Okay, I went to this elementary school where they put on this big event for the whole entire school, right? And it was like an outside obstacle course for every single grade. Oh, we have refreshments, right? They used to serve us oranges and like, my memory says pretzels, but it probably was like crackers, right? Okay, they used to give us oranges and like a cracker or a pretzel with like some juice. Okay, a little juice cup. Listen, the refreshment was an orange, the color orange. The sun, when people color the sun, what color? They either color it yellow or orange. When you see an orange sun, it makes you feel refreshed. Also, orange sparks creativity, right? Color psychology. Why did I pick berry pink? I picked berry pink because pink exudes love, compassion, excitement, enthusiasm, right? So we're taking you from anxiety to excitement, to enthusiasm, so that you can showcase who you are. And don't forget, this is just video 3 out of 12. If you're serious about turning your ideas and skills into income, stick with me, subscribe, because next up, we're going to talk about positioning with intention and how your brand begins the moment you decide to show up with authority. See y'all in the next installment. It's your girl, Social Accessory.